It is March 22nd, 2026. You know that last video of I went through what was wrong with me when I was sick and then how it led into medical malpractice, medication errors, and I almost died, and it took me 9 months to get well. And during that 9 months, it was horrible. After my community health told me, here I had 6 to 10 surgeries, my muscles clenched. And I went to a bunch of crackpots. They falsely diagnosed me, gave me a bunch of wrong meds. My whole body swelled up. I had my thyroid adrenal gland shut down. I had heart attacks, seizures. I was dying from medical malpractice. Thank you. Okay. And they were lying, and my thyroid adrenal gland shut down. I'm having seizures. I'm having heart attacks. They're lying so bad. They're telling me I have level 2 brain tumors, pituitary tumors, need part of my brain removed. I go into my community health, and they're like, whoa, those doctors are known for lying. Falsely diagnosing people, ripping them off, making them sick. You have the golden ticket insurance company, and that's how they put it. Pays for almost everything. They're keeping you sick, so you have to keep coming back. They're getting kickbacks from the drug companies. And they're sharing it with associates and friends that are known for doing the same thing of lying, falsely diagnosing people, ripping them off, making them sick, getting kickbacks from the drug companies, making them so sick to do unnecessary procedures. You need to get an attorney, so we'll represent you in court. They almost killed you. And encouraged us to sue them for years, turn them over state, so they pulled their license. And it's documented fraud. Everything but my muscles locking up from the surgeries. Okay? And I went to Dr. Eli, and he agreed. He put me on fentanyl patches. Fentanyl patches are 100 times stronger than morphine. He said your muscles are clenched tight. The only way to get them to unlock is to move them. But you're in so much pain, I can't get you to move. My muscles were not only clenched, but then they'd raise up like a baby's foot through a mother's stomach. And as they would clench tighter, I would vomit from the pain. And blood vessels would break under the skin, and I'd bleed through my skin, down my arm, my legs, my stomach. I have red freckles because of it. And he said, I got to get you out of enough pain to move. Put me on fentanyl patches, put me on muscle relaxers. First month, I lost 30 pounds. Second month, I'm pulling myself around stores and malls. By the end of the second month, the seizures, heart attacks stopped because it was all chemically induced. My thyroid, adrenal gland started working. And my knees were so swollen that they would pop out of place. I was going to orthopedic doctors, getting drained, turkey-based syringes of fluid. They gave me canes and braces to walk with. And because my knees had popped out of place. At home, I tried walking, and as I tried walking, I'd fall. My mom would be so proud of me. I need to finish this real quick. I would take 1 step, 10 steps, 5 steps, and I'd fall on my ass or face. I'd be humiliated, tears. But I kept getting stronger. Dave would even try to help pull me to sit up, trying to get stomach muscles. Got like a pulley system trying to pull my legs up, trying to rebuild muscles that were locked, and then to get them to release, and then trying to build new muscle tissue. In over 9 months, I slowly learned to walk. By the 3rd month, I could drive a car. I went from a 24 to a 16 from October, November 2002 to April of 2003. Okay. And I didn't get well till July. I would practice walking at home, and after a while I got to the point I could take a few steps and then I'd grab a hold of something or lean. Learning to have balance over 9 months. When I went out, I made sure I wore my canes and braces so I wouldn't fall. May 3rd, 2003, when Brian Laney showed up, he told me that, you know, Phil from the church, from that church I was going to, there was a church baseball game. He was speeding. He didn't even try to stop. He blew through that stop sign into a semi, and it was like an explosion. He got ripped into pieces. Tyler got catapulted through the air and slammed on the pavement, instantly dead. Well, John grabs his phone. He runs out to his car. I have just my braces on because Dave kept the kids home because he's replacing carpets. I had my braces on because I'm going up and down the steps. And I waddle out to the car like a penguin. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. And to check on him. Brian seen me waddling like a penguin with my braces on. If I had to walk a long way, I made sure I had my canes and braces when I was out in public. It's one thing falling at home, and it's another thing falling in public. And I couldn't afford to get hurt real bad after living through all that. And it took me 9 months to learn enough balance to actually walk on my own. Strange didn't even make up that lie of calling me a faker. And here it's 2.5 years of surgeries, 2 years of medical malpractice, and 9 months of getting well. And it was months later, we were out at the mall, and I lost balance, and I fell into a rack. Learning balance and learning to walk again after not walking for 2 years, it takes a long time to learn how to do it again. And then build up enough muscle tissue to hold your body upright. It was humiliating. My mom would go to church, she'd pray. Karen made it 1 step. She made it 5 steps. She made it 10 steps. And I'm so proud of her, and she'd fall and she'd cry and get back up, and I would tell her shut up because I was humiliated. I'm 30 years old learning to walk again, and here she's so proud of me because I wouldn't give up. And you know, Strange didn't make up that lie till he thought I was following Tim and Katie in November. So there was a guy 2 days ago, September 20th, 26, Walmart West Tusk. I've heard his voice around me for years. He said, I didn't think it's funny when that family said that they lied, that it offended him when he called her a faker, that it didn't concern him. Of course it didn't concern him. It's 6 months later. It's November. They weren't even, they're just somebody I went to church with. And then to call somebody a faker after that, it makes you a fool. And then to say, oh, I want sympathy over him insulting her and lying on her, that's stupid. Of course they were lying. And so who's he? And then he didn't act like he knew it was a medication error, medical malpractice that almost killed me. So who's the guy that don't know nothing? And then was talking about them being down at the courthouse, was talking about that agent stealing my monthly income. Who's he? Officer John, you need it. Walmart West Tusk, September 20th, 26. I'm in there with Daniel. We're by the computer thing, and I can hear him off in the distance talking. So who's he? When my community health told the FBI and police in 18, the first 2 months of the case, it was documented fraud, medical malpractice, and medication errors that made me sick before. And they were defrauding me and ripping me off and almost killed me. And then Officer Mark documented August of 23 that is documented and verified. And that even another woman was using my insurance, and it was medication errors that made me sick before. December 31st, 23, they were talking about it in Altman Hospital, the officer that was assigned to me, that all those doctors were lying before, and it was a medication making me sick. So who's this guy that don't know nothing? Who is he? Okay.